Hello and welcome to another edition from our Explainer series of Dovetail HR Service Delivery. Today we're going to walk through 4 items as you can see here. We're going to look at the employee portal, a bit of an overview, the branding, the styling, some of the options, some of the customizations that customers can do. We're going to look at AI assisted chat, live chat, and the case creation within the Dovetail employee portal. Then we'll head over to the HR case management view. How will the HR user receive the cases coming from portal, email, manually entered third-party systems, etc. And then we'll finish up with some example reporting in our report builder. What you're seeing on the screen right now is a configured Dovetail employee portal. The out-of-box employee portal looks like this. So for a brand new customer, it would look similar to this. Part of the implementation is that we're going to sit down and work with you to understand your brand guidelines, your corporate guidelines, the branding, the logos, the fonts, colors, everything like that. So as you can see here, we have changed things like the font size, the fact that they're all capitalized, this blue bar at the back here, right down to the terminology that we're using here. We've called it My Open Questions. Maybe you want to call it My Open Cases or My Open Requests, for example, or tickets. You can even customize all the terminology across the top here. So I've got lots of different menu items here. You're seeing them as I click on them. These are in your control to configure. During an implementation, we would sit and work with you and decide what menu structures work for you. You can even personalize the menu structure based on the employee that's viewing this page. So think about that as kind of employee personas or worker personas. If I bring this screen up, what you can see is an example of 3 basic worker personas: a HR business partner, an employee, and a manager. But it doesn't just have to be these 3. It could be based on business unit, legal entity, location, cultures, for example, a whole host of different categorizations that make up your different workforce. Now, moving back to the employee portal here, one thing we have is the ability to do chat. We have live chat, we have AI assisted chat, and we have chat bots. Again, you can configure the look and feel of this window here. So we've called it Ask Jenny. You can call it anything you like. You can change the color schemes. You can even change how round this corner is on this box. It's that granular. So for example, if I were to ask a question such as, where can I find my payslip? What you're looking at here is the AI assisted chat. So it's going to give you an example of where you can go to. So you can click this link and it's going to take you to your payslip. In this example, it's going to take me to the Workday payslip, but perhaps you're on a different payroll system. And so the link would take that individual to their payslip. I might also ask, where is the benefits policy? So the AI assisted chat can do 2 different redirections. The first one you saw was give someone a link. They can click that link and off they go in a new tab to that page. This second one was an automated redirection of the page. So it actually took me directly to the benefits page that I want to look at. So if I'm happy, I've got everything I want, I could say thank you and goodbye, but perhaps I want to speak to a live person. Maybe this isn't the right article that I'm looking for. So let's say, for example, I put in live person, or I could type in, I'd like to speak to a live person, or please transfer me. So what it's going to do now, it's going to read that and recognize that I want to get put through to someone and speak to them live. So let's move this slightly out of the way and we pull in what the HR person would see. So on the left here, I was logged in as Logan. You can see there's a live chat transfer coming across. Move this screen a bit bigger. And now as a HR chat user, I could start to chat back with the employee, for example. And if I move this screen out of the way, let's move this chat over here. You can then see that I'm logged on the right-hand side as Annie, and Annie has written back, hi, how are you? And I could say, I am great, just had one more question. And I'll stop there and you'll see before I hit enter on the left side here, you'll see on the right-hand side of the screen, I have a preview of what the employee is typing in. This allows the chat person to start typing in possible answers. You do have some shortcuts, so you can add in, you can quickly find common answers that you can preload into the shortcuts, but it just helps you know what message they're starting to type in to get you ready. On the chat side, the chat user can actually handle multiple chats at any one time, and this is configurable by you. So you might say, brand new chat user, you can handle one session at any one time. But someone who's more experienced, maybe you give them access to handle 3. The best practice is between 3 and 5. If you start giving people access to more chats concurrently, what can happen is the level of service starts to go down. So it's a negative effect. Okay, at the end of the session here, let's say I've got everything I need. I'm fine now, thanks, bye. When I end this chat session, it's going to give me confirmation. I'm going to end that. And what's it going to do now? It's actually going to log a case in the HR application. So there's a complete record of that transaction for that employee. Just before we head over and look at that case, let's look at some other items of the portal. So I can see across the top here, different menu items that are coming down. I can see most visited pages on the right. Maybe I want to look at one of these articles. And this is what a page on the portal looks like. We have 2 different styles of page. Here we have a thinner page and we have matching content and supporting documents on the right. As we scroll down, we can see some different objects like the ability to send feedback. In the background, every page in Dovetail has an owner, and that person's going to receive this communication that someone sends back. Another way of doing this, and a different sort of page style, is if we go to that benefits page, you can see this is a much wider view. So we've removed the matching content and the supporting documents, and we've also removed the feedback mechanism here in favor of a link. This also could be a graphical icon, but I can click on this and it will now open up a form that I can fill in. So here it's actually pre-filled in that it knows that I was on that benefits form 1041. So it's asking, what question do I have about that then? Another example of some case entry forms. If I click on the I need help menu option, I click on general HR question. It's just a general form that pops up. So I can type in my details and that will be it. And I could submit this and then the case will be saved and I will have a case ID number. Or alternatively, if I select report a workplace injury, this is just another example of a form that can pop up. So this time it's pre-filled the subject line, it's pre-filled the question type, but it's also pre-filled a form that I now need to complete before I hit submit. You can even paste in screenshots. So let me just grab a screenshot from my other monitor here. Okay, so here's the screenshot and I can just simply Control V just to paste in, and that image will be automatically uploaded to the text here. And when I hit submit, you will see that on the case page. Really useful feature for your employees that want to send you images, screenshots. Maybe they've scanned in a receipt. Maybe they've scanned in a letter. They don't have to upload it. They can drag and drop it on here, but they can also just include that as a screenshot. The other thing we support is any formatted text or copy and paste from spreadsheets. We will retain the full spreadsheet table and it will be shown on the case page as well. So let's just head over to the HR facing application now and just look at that chat case that came in. So I'm on the HR console here and I've got the new chat cases icon selected. These are actually queries that you can set up and anyone can set these queries up and you can save as many as you like. And these ones on the left here I have saved and then I have made my favorite queries. So then they always appear on the left hand side here. If I click on the all queries option, you'll see I have a lot of different queries. Some I've created, some have been shared with me, but these are the ones I want to favorite and have on the desktop at all times. So I click on the new chat cases. I'll just expand the filter icon here so you can see how simple this query is. So all cases that are currently open, created within the last 2 days, where the origin equals chat. So in Dovetail, anytime a case is created, no matter where it's created from, we will automatically record the origin. So whether it's come from a third-party system, an email, the portal, chat, or manually entered, you'll be able to filter those out very easily. Very powerful when you think about reporting and things like that. So let's minimize that and look at it here. And just as we're on the whole basis of queries here, I could also rename this query. It's currently called new chat cases. I could download these results and this is how I favor it or unfavor it. And more importantly, I can share this particular query out. So say I wanted to share it with a user, wanted to share it with the department I work in, or share it with a work group, a bit like a matrix group, or I could just share it with everyone. That way everyone could then benefit from the query that I've created, and they can then opt to choose to add it as a favorite query as well. Okay, so it's this top case here that we created earlier. Where can I find my payslip? We have a preview bar on the right. I've selected the case, and now I can click show more, and I can see that full chat transcript that happened between Logan, and I see Ask Jenny. That's the name of the AI assisted chatbot. And then I see where it was handed over to Annie director. So you can clearly see here the transition from the AI chatbot and then over to the live person. You can also see when the employee was sent possible suggestions like going to the Workday payslip page, being reloaded and sent to the benefits page. So very, very useful information you've got there. You can take action right from this screen. So if I wanted to select this item and do certain things like send it, which we call dispatch, to another team, I could do that. I could change the status. I could close this case. I could log a note. I could even redact it. This is something where you want to remove the case from the system, usually for data retention policy reasons. In this example, I'm just going to click and open. And this is now what a case looks like in Dovetail. Every case will look the same. The big difference will be the origin. So with this particular case originated from a chat, so it says chat down here. Few things on here. I can see the case is open currently. I can see that it's available in Portal. So the employee, if they log in on Portal, they will see this case. I can see these 3 dots here, and I can see all the information coming from the HR system about this individual. And this will be based on security. Maybe I don't have access to see this data for this employee, but I do see it for other employees. Again, those sort of controls and those security measures, you have the ability to change and configure those. A few other things here. I can see the full chat transcript. I can see the wait time, the chat duration. You can report on those. Make sure that your chat users are handling chat questions quick enough, they're answering them, and so on. And then a few other things. I can see any files that have been added. I can drag and drop files here. I can see any child cases. Child cases allow you to break up the work into smaller pieces and then give that work to other people to work on. And I can also see previous cases for this employee. So I could take a look at these. Now, these cases are only shown if I have access to see these types of cases. Dovetail, there's a lot of different security models and you can mix them. So maybe I can see certain cases during a certain life cycle, or maybe I can only work cases that belong to my department or the teams that I'm in. Finishing up on the top here, I can do some workflow. I could assign this case to someone else. I could log an email or a note. I could take action, like unlinking a solution or removing an SLA if there was one on there. And then I could even print the case if I needed to. On the right here, we have a labels functionality. This is similar to what you might find in Outlook, where you can tag and color code different incoming emails. So this gives you that same sort of functionality. I can see some matching knowledge base answers. So this question is about finding payslip. If they didn't find it, I could actually link this particular knowledge base article to this case, and it would automatically send the employee a link to go view this article. That would help them solve it. Just to show you what that looks like, if I click on it, okay, and it's the same article the employee would actually see if they looked on the portal. Let's go back to the case. And then finally here, we have an integration with a company called Expert HR, provides online legal compliance data. So your users, usually it's HR business partners that find this most useful, can see things like employment law, processes, and things like that. Okay, let's just head over to the reports. Now, if you have access to reports, and you can have different levels of access, maybe you don't have any access, maybe you're allowed to view reports, and then maybe you're allowed to create and edit reports. Maybe you're only allowed to edit your reports and no one else's. And of course, there's a system admin type role where you can see all the reports and you can edit and create all the reports. And you can even manage auto schedules of reports. So reports can be run at predefined times and then distributed to colleagues and team members. Here I've got an example of a dashboard. So Dovetail delivers over 50 reports out of box, and then we create reports during the implementation. And here's an example of one of our dashboards. You can see the sort of widgets on here, and there's about 20 reports that are making up this dashboard. Now, what I can also do is drill down on the dashboard and take a look at these items here. I can even click on one of these and it will take me into the case itself. Now, another thing to look at here is an example of a standard report. So here I'm seeing a grievance report, and it's showing me two particular managers here, Logan and Steve, that have had 2 and 4 cases respectively logged against them. So again, I might want to look at one of these and see what type of grievance this is. So it looks like Betty has filed a grievance complaint against her manager, Logan, and I'll be able to look through here and see the full interaction that's happened. That concludes today's explainer video. Today we've gone through the employee portal overview and branding, some of the styling, the customization that customers can do. We've looked at AI assisted chat, handoff to live chat, the case creation. We've gone over to the HR facing application and looked at how a HR user can view those cases coming in from chat or email or manually entered or even third-party systems, and how those cases look to the HR user and how they work them. And then we finished off with some example reports that are out of box from the Dovetail service delivery platform. If you have any questions with what you've seen today in this video, please head over to our website, dovetailsoftware.com. There's live chat on there that you can interact with us. You can also fill in a demo request form or a contact us form, and we will be in touch with you as soon as possible. Many thanks and take care.